everyone! Today is officially first day of British summer because the sun is out and I can wear a summer top and it's warm and I'm happy and life is great. Today I am going to be doing a jumping on the bandwagon sort of video, and that is going to be a sort of review slash first impression of those silly sponges, the silicone sponges. For the last couple of months they have been the massive rave all over the internet. I've seen them everywhere, people using a silly sponge. I believe the original silly sponge was from Molly Cosmetics and it was around $15 or $13 or something like that, and the reviews overall were not that great. I see lots of people using it and saying it wasn't blending, it was just kind of gliding stuff over your face. It wasn't actually doing anything that good. But since then, a lot of other companies— oh, my hairline is so crooked. But since then, a whole bunch of other companies have released their own version of the silly sponges, and I just wanted to try it for myself. So I was on eBay the other day and I found a Silicone Beauty sponge blender thing for 99p. Here it is just a, I don't know, teardrop shape silicone sponge. It feels very soft. It feels weird, honestly. It looks like a chicken fillet, but it looks like a bra filling thing. On the skin it feels weird, and I'm just, overall, I don't know how well this is going to work for blending out my foundation, because even when I use a normal sponge I have to go over with a brush because I find like a sponge doesn't always blend it like so smoothly. But I'm going to give this a try. The foundation I'm going to be using this with is the Revlon Color Stay foundation. Using this purely because I'm trying to use up this foundation, so let's do that. And with this, because it is silicone, it doesn't soak up any of the products, so you don't need to use as much foundation as you would if you're using a sponge or a brush. I guess less is more with this. I'm gonna try and use a little bit and then see how that works. Try a small amount first, and then if I need more I will add more. So I'm gonna guess I'll do this side of my face because that's the side nearest to the camera. So because of the shape, I'm trying to work out how am I supposed to get up. My foundation feels oilier than it normally does, and I don't know if that's because of the sponge or the primer or what. Doing an okay job actually, it's not looking like terrible. A tad more because maybe I didn't use enough for it to work very well. Let's try the other side of my face. So it is making it easier to kind of spread the product around, but because of the shape it's a bit awkward to get underneath. Oh, put myself in the eye. Underneath my eye. I kind of feel like the sponge is just, I don't know if it's just spreading it or no. My face feels the same as it would if I was using my normal sponge. So far I've used the same amount of foundation that I would use for if I was using like a normal sponge. I haven't saved any foundation yet, so I don't know if this sponge is making my foundation give a lighter coverage or not. I don't really know. I feel like you have to press a lot harder in order to get the foundation to kind of go where I want. It's hard to be specific, but when it comes to smaller areas, like I'm trying to do my nose right now, it's not doing it great. But then again, my nose has always been a problem area. I mean, in all honesty, I would always blend with a sponge and then go over with a brush to smoothen. For the purpose of this video I have to just use the sponge, so I'm trying really hard to blend stuff in. It's definitely taking me longer to blend my foundation than it would be if I was using my H&M sponge. I do notice is it is kind of leaving weird marks on my face. Like I've got lines. Okay, well my skin doesn't feel oily. In between my eyebrows is really gathered and I can't using the sponge, I can't get it out. Just kind of rubbing it. I'm going to move on to some concealer now. I'm going to use the Makeup Academy Cover and Conceal concealer. This is in the lightest shade. This is going to be interesting, trying to get underneath my eyes. This doesn't feel as good as the foundation. It's kind of picking up the product and then just moving it somewhere else. It's not really pressing. Oh, here's a problem. Can't really get under there. Let me think. How can I avoid this problem? I've kind of folded the little sponge in half. I'm trying to... Do I like oilier than I normally do? I can't tell. Okay, I guess that's as blended as I'm gonna get it. So I'm gonna go and do the rest of my makeup and then I will be back to show you how it's looking. Okay, so I've gone ahead and applied the rest of my makeup and overall it was alright. I felt like my skin looked really oily, but once I powdered it and everything, it kind of just ended up looking the same. But that's how my skin is looking at the moment. Does it look different? Tell me. I don't know. I can't really tell that great. But overall, it works. It's not as quick as my sponge or brush, but it does work. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with a 99p silicone sponge thing. The only thing I did find was I was using around the same amount of product as I was when I was using a sponge or brush, and I thought the whole point was you're supposed to save product. I don't really know, but thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye.